course, we're going to hear slap news. We are breaking down with Anthony Blackburn. His fight against Andrew Fields took place powerslap number 5 on the undercard, so we didn't get to see it, but they just launched it on Rumble, and what a fight it was. Anthony, how you doing, my man?
Yo, yo, yo. We're doing great, man. We're doing great.
Awesome, my man. Seen a great picture of you on social. You were talking about being over 200 pounds last year at this time. Now you're weighing in 169. Just physically, how good does that feel?
Well, I wish I was 169 anymore. After we weigh in, we eat up right away and rehydrate and whatnot. So it comes right back. But honestly, right now, I just weighed in this morning, 77. So I'm not doing too bad.
Yeah. I mean, super easy weight cut for you there at that point. I mean, we're seeing guys drop sometimes 30, 40 pounds. So not too bad for you to be, under 10 away from that striking weight. You think 170 is where your home is? Is that where you feel most comfortable?
I've been pondering the fact, tossing it up in the air of like, could I make 55? Mm-hmm. Just because, everyone's doing that really, really good weight cut for themselves to be in the right position to just succeed.
Yeah.
And I know I'm doing all right at 170, but 55, could that be like, you see people like Conor McGregor cutting down really far to that in the beginning of his career. Mm-hmm. Could I take advantage of a weight bully situation in 55? Maybe. I tossed it up a little bit, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, power slap's a little bit different. I mean, we're seeing guys that have to dehydrate. It's not doing too good for their noggin.
So, and that's the factor that I'm like, well, I'm doing really well here as far as I don't have to hit the sauna at 170. I know at 55, it would have to be a huge water cut for me. So I know in that aspect, I don't know how my chin would hold up. Mm-hmm. Cutting to 55, it might be like a Jewel Scott type thing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of,
Yeah, I hear you, my man. I mean, I remember after the first time we seen you there in Las Vegas for the tryouts, was down in the lobby of the hotel. You're talking to your mother, and she's like, "Did you prove your point yet?"
Yeah,
we know.
Yeah,
we know that eye swelled up. We don't need to beat it, ad nauseum. We know it was something that happened to you a long time ago. And it's probably going to happen every single, match.
But as you can see right now, it's got that swelling to it.
Yeah.
It's just a fatty tissue,
Yeah.
It never goes away.
Mm-hmm. Does it hurt any more than normal? Like if you were to hit on your right side, do you think it would still hurt the same or is there an extra sting to it?
There's no physical difference in the feeling of anything in my face as far as any kind of strikes would go.
Yeah.
If anything, it just really puts me at a disadvantage in the judge's eyes if they haven't seen me before or know beforehand when we're stepping up to the table. If they don't see it, or if maybe Bisbing or somebody doesn't point it out announcing, then it could count against me in future matches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I hear you, my man. Let's get to this one. You're going up against Andrew Fields. You're ranked 7th. He's ranked 9th. Both you guys wanted to try to climb up that ladder a bit. Obviously, a win is important for both your guys and career. Try to get on a main card. Try to get your name out there a little bit more. One of the very first things that I see right off the hop is Andrew's got quite a height advantage on you in this one.
Yes.
Have you ever fought somebody that tall?
So Cole was, every bit as tall as him, maybe an inch shorter or something, but those guys are both taller than me quite a bit. They got a few inches on me.
Yeah. How did that slap feel from Andrew, the first one?
I remember because I knew he hits hard. I know he hits hard. He knocked Jimmy out one round, took me 2. So
yeah,
I know he hits fucking hard. Mm-hmm. And my thing is I want to look you right in the eyes right after you hit me as hard as you can without me doing anything but taking it and looking right at you.
Yeah.
With the demon eyes. That's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I took that one pretty well, I feel like. And
it's hard to tell, but were those lacerations on your chin and your neck? Was that from that first slap?
I think it's from the second one when you watch.
Okay.
like if you look at my face here, there's no markings, and when you look at the second slap, he connects so clean. It's a perfect slap. But I trained my neck so dang strong this time, and I tensed my whole body that my whole body moves solid and comes right back, and then you can see the marks from his impact of his palm.
Yeah. Talk about the finger split. That's the first time I think I've ever seen that from you.
So it's funny. It's comfortable for my hand to do that because I have a boxer's fracture.
Okay.
And before the fight, obviously me and Andrew are friends, and he has gauged ears. He has big, little holes in his ears.
Yeah.
And every time he's had a fight, they've gotten broken from slaps. So I tried to measure and coax my hand and not ripping his ears up. Because he's my buddy, we're big time friends coming into this. He's from Charleston. He's constantly down there. I just moved from there. Actually, and after his daughter went to Pittsburgh Hospital, and my brother had moved there, so I got done in Vegas, went home, and drove to Pittsburgh and met Andrew there too.
Oh, crazy, man. So he flinched on that first one, and coming up to the second, was there any gratification here to get a second one? Like, were you trying? Do you feel like the compounding effect of multiple slaps?
It definitely is. It's like it's kind of relieving because I know you can hear it in the match. I go, as soon as after the first strike, I go, because I hit really high.
Yeah.
And I trained like that. The whole camp was like a stationed height. Like it was the same height, really up. So I think it was just because of the training that I hit him really a little bit too high on the first one.
Yeah.
And then it was a relief to get a second slap, bring it down, and then have another, that's your first round. So it's really nice to have two slaps in one round.
Yeah. I mean, he seemed to take them both well.
He definitely has a good shin.
Was it disheartening at all? Like, did you know you're going to war? Like, were you surprised? Like,
this is the thing, and Bisbing and Dan Helliot asked me before the fight in the interview, they said, what's your predictions for this fight? And I said, man, I hate doing these just because it's been my friends each time now. Yeah. And I don't want to make a prediction on it. I just say I predict war, every time. Yeah. That's what I'm going to predict. And that's what I'm going to prepare for because, we're going up there to do war.
Yeah. Yeah. You take the technique of closing your eyes. Yeah, we see the laceration on that one come in there.
Yeah, that's where it happened.
Any reason why? I mean, I've seen people, both pros and cons to it. A lot of people want to know the slaps come and some don't. Anything for you in particular?
So I try to, you see it in my strike, you'll see my eyes follow his hand out and watch it come in. And then I grit and close my eyes at the last second. It's beneficial to watch it to come in because you want to know that it's going to hit you.
Yeah.
And relatively when. You don't want to be guessing.
Totally.
Yeah.
Going on one. Strategy behind that for Andrew, or is that just something you feel real comfortable with?
I've done it every time now. So I'm saving the other windups for my back pocket for when it really has to count, I think. Because it's definitely, it's a benefit to bring it back and go up there one time and see where you're at. When you're up on the stage and all the lights and stuff are coming at you and, you're in the moment like that, it's really, I think it's a benefit to have a couple windups in there. So every time that I've gone up there now, I've done on one.
Yeah. So right now on Bisbing's card, they got you even after 2 rounds, 1-1. You think that's a fair prediction?
I would say I'd have a slight edge, but fairly even. Just because of the foul or the flinching in round 1, and then I wobbled him out of the box in round 2. So right now I would see myself as a little bit ahead.
It looks like you're gaining confidence. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I'm calm up there on this match. You can definitely tell compared to my first 2. Definitely a lot more comfort up there. And this one, that was a wild one.
Yeah.
know Andrew, and I know he goes on 2.
Mm-hmm.
And it was weird on the first round that he went on 3.
Mm-hmm.
And that one, I don't know if it was just because he got stumbled a little bit in that one, and then you could see him like look at his feet, make sure he's all good at his feet, and then he looked back at the ref and made sure he was good with the ref, and he was right on 3, you're good, and then he went on 2. So I don't know if it was what happened there for him, but
did it catch you off guard?
yeah, I didn't brace at all for that. That was like no bracing, just boom. And it definitely wobbled me a little bit. It took me a couple steps back, but I was in it. I was in there. I wasn't like super duper rocked. Rocked me a little bit for sure.
Do you think you were lucky you were still staying on that one? Like, is that
very like? I think it just
is that a dirty blow? Like, should that almost be an automatic stop to the match? Like, I don't know. I'm just spitballing out there because we haven't seen it really.
So in my opinion, like most people, if they tense like I do, if they're not like for like 30 seconds and just waiting for the whole thing, if they're waiting until the last second to tense like that, you're taking that slap unprepared. And if you stay on your feet, like you're a beast, you should be knocked out. Like that was a really good slap. He connected really good. If I would have been knocked out, obviously it would have been a DQ on his end.
Totally. But it's also where someone can get hurt. I think, for the safety of the athlete, that's something you want to try to take out. I'm going to ask you, do you think you actually got a square strike in any of those, 4 strikes that you given? It looks like he was using the rollout, and pretty much all of his slaps. Do you feel like you actually got him square on any of them?
I think the one where he, took a few steps back and waved the stick at me, that was definitely the best strike of the match. That one and the last one. Okay. The first 2 were kind of,
But let's talk about Emmanuel Muniz. What did he do to help you prepare?
He, great coach, knows the game. He is a very soft-spoken guy most of the time. You can see him out and about, and he's pretty reserved. As a coach, he's very, very experienced in having competitions. He's had I think 5 or 6 matches now.
Yeah.
And I think he could see the confidence. And he was back there telling me, he's like, hey man, you're going to take this one, take it right now. And very, very re-encouraging. And he would tell me, I think it was on the second round where I hit him really good. He said, go finish this fight. And he kind of gave me like a little all right, let's fucking do this. He said, go finish this. And I stumbled him. I almost put him on his pockets, but he's got a tough chin, man. He's a tough kid.
Yeah. Let's talk about this right here. I mean, Bisping talks about it on the audio, but did you think you lost that one? Did you think you won that one?
I think it was just me being in the moment. Like, I must have been thinking I might have been close on it. I don't know what my thoughts were at that end. The end got real foggy for me because
you're both kind of pointing.
You're getting wailed, and then the adrenaline catches up with you. I remember after this match, I had one of the worst stomach aches I've ever had just from the adrenaline dump that I had on this match. Like after this, I remember because I remember pointing up, and I'm not like a religious person to per se. I believe in a higher power and whatnot, but I had my couple grandparents pass away recently, and I was pointing up at them. You could see that, and I don't know, just something felt different this time. I felt a lot more at ease up there.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, fighting your friends can never be easy. There's quite the brotherhood developing, power slap. You fought someone, under you in the ranks. Where do you kind of want to go next? I mean, that 170 is pretty open, except for a couple guys at the top. We haven't seen the champs. It's fairly common knowledge now that Emmanuel and Kale Chris are going to be, going up here on a future power slap event for that title. But what do you if you had a dream match, who do you want next? Where do you kind of see yourself, as the sport evolves here, and what would make, a good match or opportunity for you?
I think right now where I stand and what I've proven as far as striking ability to take a strike. I'm fairly clean. I might not be the most powerful, but I'm not fouling up there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking shots really well. I'm not flinching up there at all. I'm a stone wall. You get your good strike against me.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty cut and dry. You know what you're going to get. I think that, someone like Jewel, maybe Waylon, or I don't know if what they're going to do with Waylon and Provost, since that match was kind of controversial with the stepping knockout. They were kind of neck and neck. I don't know who's going to be bumped up or whatnot, but I think a contender match is in order since I'm still undefeated. I have the 2 wins, 1 draw.
Mm-hmm.
Contender match for sure.
So you think a kind of a top 3 kind of thing is where you think you fit in right now?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha, my man. Yeah, I mean, both Whale and Provost, obviously seeing where those 2 guys where that unfolds. We haven't seen the full update yet in the rankings. Obviously, we know Provost pulled that one out. Yeah, I mean, it could definitely be.
Yeah. Do you agree, or do you think maybe like 5 or 6? Because I'm 7 right now, and we're gonna see what happens coming up with the show. I'm sure there'll be a couple additions to the rankings after. So
yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, Cole Young is an interesting one.
You think we run it back right away, or?
Yeah, I think so. Because I think I don't know. I think that's a good point. And kind of it's hard to say because you might see Waylon drop a little bit below. I mean, we're definitely seeing, experience versus athleticism was kind of the talk pre-Power Slap 5. And we've seen a lot of experience play into, the hand of a lot of these matches on that main card. And so seeing some of that kind of pull itself through here. Actually, I actually like a Jewel Scott. I actually think that could be a very good test for you at this weight category.
Agreed, because he hits really, really hard.
And I'm not just saying it because he's a number 2. I just think because I believe structure wise, we've seen him make 155. I think you could make 155 if you were to shred down. I think height wise, I think kind of that old versus new. I think your chin with his strike could be very unique, and I think stylistically, I think it could be exciting.
That's a good matchup, I think, stylistically.
Yeah, and like I said, it's not that not that I'm discounting what Provost did or Frost there either, but I just think that makes a lot of sense. Kind of with what Jewel's done, and it kind of sets you guys both up, I think, in a lot of ways, because if you can't get it done, then maybe 155 is the road for you. If you do get it done, it puts you right in contention. So I think it gives a lot of clarity for where your career kind of goes next. We know you didn't get on season 2 road to the title, but we know your good buddy Chris Debo did. So we'll see how all that stuff kind of all unfolds. We know the coming weeks is going to be exciting. And we know there's a lot of guys in that 170, kind of 155 as part of the show too. So
yeah, like Brendan, who was out there with us, Power Slap 5, and had a prelim match.
Yeah,
we had took him under our wing in the buddy group and was kind of giving him the ropes and telling him what he should expect up there and what he needs to do and whatnot. And he came out with the win, so it was kind of cool.
Totally. Yeah, spoke to him yesterday the first time. Did his debut on Slap News.
Yeah,
did. Nice to see him there. And I think with his length, I mean, at 155 could be interesting. And I mean, he has the ability to put on like 3-4 more pounds right now and still be, on under that weight cap at 155. So could be a good prospect there, I think, coming in for sure. And some of the shorter guys in that weight class, definitely could bring some trouble, because if he can get if he can generate, some power with that speed and the long whip that he has with his reach, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it's a 75-inch.
Yeah, he's lanky, man. He's
Yeah,
real long.
So if he can hone that in, can definitely be good for him. So excited to see his kind of career path and development. And it's gonna be interesting, man. Frank let us know that they have over 100 strikers now under contract.
That's wild too.
Any given card, there's 16 strikers on. So, if you take it for face value, that's 1/5 of the roster being able to have matches. So we'll see. I think opportunities like the road to the title and guys who get on that card, and it's really a blessing because they don't have the ability to get everybody every single time. So staying in the limelight, staying relevant, and keep putting out content like you're doing. I see you go live all the time. I can't always join in, but I see the notifications and stuff like that. And when you keep on winning, my man, they can't deny you. So keep up.
We're trying.
Keep racking up those victories, and they'll call you back.
All right, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate it a lot.
My man. Awesome, buddy. All the best. We'll talk soon. Take care.
Thank you.